mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician. Now, in this new YouTube video for the new channel, Spiritually Helping Other People, I'm going to be talking about a very important topic. And I wanted to make this video tonight to really inspire people who want to help other people, give back, make a difference and a contribution. And this is a very special video for those people that want to help others, give back, contribute. Now, this video is called Spiritually Helping Other People. Now, there's a certain reason why I wanted to share this video tonight, and I really want to get the message across as best as I possibly can to as many people who watch the video. Now, just before I begin to share this important message, I just want to share something important first. Now, I'm not saying when I say spiritually helping other people that it's going to be an easy thing to do, right? I'm not saying when I say spiritually helping other people that everybody can do it, right? So this is a very particular message for those people that want to help other people, give back, make a difference, a contribution. Now, before we begin, I want to start a conversation in this YouTube video like this. Now, and this isn't nothing of a rude statement. It's actually something you will notice when you help other people, give back, and make a difference. Now, how can I begin this? At the moment, within the world today, there's so much things going on, right? So people are living their life. People are trying to live their life whatever way best suits them, right? So getting a job, getting a career, getting a business, getting a volunteering opportunity, uh, supporting your family, supporting your friends, looking after yourself, right? Now, I want to get this message across as best as I can for this evening to as many people that watch this video, listen to the content. I did say in a previous video that we may never be able to solve all the problems of what people are going through. And maybe we will not be able to solve all the problems of what people are going through. We may never be able to understand why people are going through problems enough. We may never know how to resolve it, how to get past that situation. Now, these are the things that come to a lot of human beings, right? It seems to be, and I'm not, please don't think I'm just saying this in a judgmental way, but I'm not that type of person. Just trying to make a video to help other people, to inspire people, to help other people. Now, in the world, I'm just gonna keep it as simple as I can in this message for this evening. I don't want to complicate the message at all, right? So let's keep it simple in this video, right? Now, I'm just gonna say the word of what's going on in the world today, what's going on in society, right? I'm just gonna say the word. I'm not telling the viewer to understand the word. I'm not telling the viewer to, learn it so quickly or anything like that. I'm just gonna say the word. In the world today, people are suffering. And I know this comes across as a very unusual topic for someone like me to talk about, or for many people to talk about. Now, people say, if people are suffering, what are we going to do about it? If people are going through problems, what are we going to do about it? If the world is not going in a positive direction, what are you going to do about it? If people are struggling every day, what are you going to do about it? If this person's got ongoing problems, ongoing concerns, not able to live their life or support themselves and their family, then what are you going to do about it? So these are the questions that come to the people who normally help other people, right? What can we do to help people that are suffering? Now, when I say what can we do to help people that are suffering, I am not saying that people that suffer are, gonna just overcome them suffering like that. I'm not saying that people that suffer would understand why they suffered. I'm not saying that people that suffer will learn everything they need to learn to come out of suffering. Because the reality of what's going on in the world at the moment and what many billions, I can actually say billions of people are going through, which is they haven't overcome themselves. They haven't overcome their suffering. They haven't overcome their problems or the situations. Now, I'm not gonna say in this video that how do you do that and what's like the technique to resolve all these people's problems, because the truth is like billions of people that are going through suffering. We we talk about like services in the community or services in life that support people, and look, there are services in the community and services in organizations and charity and foundations that support people. But that's not necessarily going to resolve billions of people's of suffering, right? So I'm not saying that people don't help. I'm not saying that people don't give back. I'm not saying that there ain't charities, organizations, foundations that don't support people. There's millions and thousands of organizations that do that, which is always a good thing to know because there's many people that need help, right? So the question we have to ask ourselves at the very beginning of the video is, what do we do? How, what, what, what's going to resolve this? How can I not be a person that's going to be suffering within my life? How can I not be a person that's going to just go through problems after problems, situations after situations, challenges after challenges, circumstances after circumstances, and not be able to deal with it? There's a certain question that I try to find in people majority of the time when I'm not going to bring myself into the video to be rude about it. There's something that I try to find in people, which is a very important quality when I do help other people, right? I'm not gonna go into my career or my business or what I do for a living. I don't think that's necessarily the most appropriate thing for the video. But the quality that I try to find in people that help other people is helping other people. Now, this becomes, look, it becomes like a topic altogether because obviously people say, but what do you mean you try to find the qualities in people who help other people, and the quality that you try to find in people that help other people is helping other people? Now, this is where the confusion lies most of the time. People say, okay, so if you're just one of those people that try to find other people who help other people, why is it not millions and billions of people doing the same thing as you're doing for a young human being, right? Or just a human being in general? Why aren't millions and billions of people not doing the same? The question to that answer is a very simple question to the answer, which is people haven't overcome them suffering. They haven't overcome their problems. You Let me put it to you this way. You can I'm just gonna put it to you this way in simple terms. You can live your whole life without overcoming your suffering. You can spend your life worrying, complaining, getting emotional, getting upset, crying. The world, the world is against me. Everybody's against me. If you don't overcome your suffering, You can choose to complain and whinge and get vulnerable and get emotional and let people help you, and you still don't overcome yourself. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to point out in this video is the billions of people who don't overcome their suffering will continue to stay in suffering. And this is the reality of life, because people say, but I'm living my life, I'm successful, I'm great, I'm fantastic, you know. I've got the best family in the world and friends in the world. I'm in working communities. I'm in an organization. I've built a big career. I've got a massive business. You know, I'm very well off. I'm so successful, you know. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I've said in videos, none of that is impressive. None of that basically doesn't matter. No one is concerned with success, prosperity, and riches if you do not support another person, which I'm trying to get the message across early in this video, in what they are going through. People say, but I'm the successful one. My family is the successful one. My relationship is the successful one. I'm getting richer. I'm getting more prosperous. I'm getting more successful. I'm achieving more. My life is getting better. That's that's not entering the work of helping other people. It's it's not gonna help you to make a difference into others. It's not gonna help you to help vulnerable people in what they are going through. So I'm gonna get this message across tonight in this video, and I hope it helps. Right? Most human beings, I don't want to put definitions on them or say, oh, they're like this and like that. I wouldn't do that. I just keep it simple for this video today. Most human beings, and this is the billion of people population, are very self-centered. They're very focused on themselves. They're always worrying about themselves. They're always getting emotional about themselves. They have so many ongoing problems because of themselves. You have to overcome that to help other people. That's the start of everything. If you don't overcome the self, which is I'm not saying, look, I'm not trying to be rude in this video to the people that are listening. I'm not putting my critique or my philosophy or my learning on other people, because that's a very wrong thing to do, and I wouldn't do that. I've never been that type of human being. I'm just trying to do something to help others, right? Now, if you don't overcome your suffering, your pain, your anxiety, your feelings, your emotions, the things that are going on in your life that seem to not, there's no way around it. I can't move forward. I'm stuck in a situation. This is going on. I've got these bills and these family problems and these relationship issues, and this is going on. And if you don't overcome all of that, because it's happening to billions. I said the message already. This is happening to billions of people everywhere. If you don't overcome yourself, which is hard, isn't it? Right? I'm not saying it's easy. Please don't think I'm saying it's easy to do that. It's the difficult. It's the most challenging thing of life to do that. It's very, very, very difficult to do that. Very, very difficult. But if you don't overcome all of that to make a difference into others, you can't enter the work of spiritually helping other people. And people say, what is this spiritually helping other people about then? Why have you started a whole new YouTube channel called Spiritually Helping Other People? Because it goes back to what I said in the beginning of the message, from the very beginning of it. People are stuck in their suffering. People are going through emotions and feelings, and it seems to be this ongoing. It's like for billions of people, literally for billions of people. It's just, this is going on in my life. This is going on. I can't cope with it. Oh, this is challenging, Or, this is a challenge, and you need to overcome all that to make a difference into others. Now, I've explained the suffering part, and as I've explained the suffering part, and I hope it's made sense to somebody today. I'm not saying that people ain't gonna suffer. I'm not saying that you won't go through feelings and emotions and adversities and challenges and suffering within your life. I'm not saying that's not going to happen to people. It always happens to people. But there's a difference between how you respond to your suffering and what difference you're going to make from your suffering. So let me repeat that again. So there's a difference between how you respond to your suffering and what difference you're going to make from your suffering, right? So if you don't make a difference from what you have suffered, you can't enter the work of spiritually helping other people. Because the reality is, as I've explained it carefully at the very beginning of this wonderful talk we're doing today, billions of people are suffering. They don't have an answer to their problems. They don't have an answer to why they're going through the suffering. They don't have an answer to how to overcome the suffering. They don't have the answers. This is when the work of spiritually helping other people comes into it. Now, I'm going to get this very serious in this video for today for anyone that's listening. Now, spiritually helping other people, what's that all about? If billions of people are going to suffer anyway, which is it's billions, there is billions of people suffering, and they don't have the answer to why they're suffering. You have to decide to be a human being that makes a difference to others before all the work you do in helping others, before all the whatever your dream, aspiration, motivation, inspiration, encouragement, care, kindness, generosity, passion, empathy, love for human beings. Before all of that, you have to make a choice and a decision to want to help other people in what they are going. If you don't make a choice, which is, it will always come down to a choice and a decision you need to make. If you don't make the choice, if you don't make the decision, if you don't take the action, if you don't change your thinking and your mind to helping other people, you cannot, in any work you do, spiritually helping other people. So, what is spiritually helping other people? What is that all about? What is it all about, really? If billions of people are going to suffer and they have no answer to it, they're still suffering. Their life hasn't changed in any way. They're still going through problems. What can we do about it? Now, there's been talk over the years about helping other people, right? There's been talks about it. People have discussed it. Books have been written about it. Um, the list can go on of how many people have spoken about helping other people, right? Now, this is something we have to learn before we can spiritually help other people, which is if you don't spiritually change, nothing in your life will spiritually change because you have to change yourself as an individual. And people say change yourself as an individual. That's tough. Where do you begin with that? What is the strategy to do that? Now, there's no strategy. There's no path. There's no person telling you what to do. There's no one trying to force you into doing it or not doing it. There's no one telling you you must do this and you've got to do that. And that's the way you do it. And this is the technique. And these are the skills you need to develop. And this is the abilities and qualities you need to have. And this is what you have to do. And that's not going to change anything because a lot of people are like that, of course. I'm going to tell you what you should do with your own life. Has no one figured out that that doesn't make logical sense? How can another person tell you what you're gonna do in your life? It doesn't work like that. That's why I said in the video just now, you have to choose. You have to make a decision. You have to think and change your mindset. You have to take the action that are towards helping other people, giving back and making a difference. There's a saying that a lot of people say. They say your life doesn't change unless you change. You can't give back unless you have given back. You can't help other people unless you help other people. You can't serve humanity unless you serve humanity. You can't change the world unless you change the world. You can't change yourself unless you change yourself. So what the reality is, which I'm trying to get across in this video today, what the reality is that you have to change yourself. Now this is what becomes the hardest thing in life, right? People say change yourself. I'm already supporting people though. Why do I need to change myself? I got jobs, I've got careers, I've got businesses, I'm successful, I've got a family, I've got a relationship, I've got volunteering work, I'm doing something in my life, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm successful. All of your happiness, your joy is through not the right reason. Yeah. But I've achieved this, I've achieved that, I've got a job, I've got a career, I've got a business, I've got a volunteering opportunity. Yeah. It becomes hollow to people who haven't changed. It becomes the word I would use, not in a rude way. It becomes your achievements, your accomplishments, your successes, your prosperity, your riches becomes nothing. It means nothing. There's no you haven't changed your life. You haven't changed your behavior. You haven't changed your mindset. You haven't changed the way you speak and talk to people. You haven't changed the way you work and how you operate in your work. You haven't changed the way you lead, support another person. You haven't changed the way you look after yourself and take care of yourself. You haven't changed the way you support your family and your loved ones. You haven't changed the way of how you live your whole life. You haven't changed the way of how you are helping other people. You have not changed the way. Now this is what happens to people. I'm gonna explain it in this video, right? I'm gonna explain it, right? People say they help other people, and we all get that, right? We're getting the message across in this video today. People say they help other people, they're giving back and making a difference. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. You go into the vocation, it's fine. You go into the work, it's fine. You're doing that type of work. It's a good thing to do, right? It's good. But if you don't, in some point in your career, in your business, in your volunteering, and in the work you do, if you don't go through the process of spiritual change, and I'm saying the word carefully, if you don't go through the process of spiritual change, it all becomes nothing. It's like I've let me put it to you this way. Let me put it to you this way. Let me put it to you this way, right? I'll put it to you this way because I'm trying to make this video today, right? Now, I'm not saying to people as I'm saying this in the video, and I hope this is helping someone today. I'm not saying to the viewers who are watching, right? I am not saying that don't achieve your achievements and accomplishments. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't go for your dreams and desires. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you can't work, you can't have a career, you can't have a business or volunteering opportunity. I'm not saying that. Have whatever you want, achieve whatever you want, become whoever you want to be. That's all fine. Great. Good for people that can do that. But without the spiritual change, it comes to a point of nothingness. You will never be spiritually fulfilled, right? So there are people in life that's achieved their dreams and desires because that's what I think. Look, this is what everybody wants in life. Everybody wants to achieve their dreams and desires for majority of human beings. Some human beings have gone through the suffering before they've got there, okay, and some human beings haven't suffered and got there, okay, but you need to change yourself. You need to change the way you're living. You need to change the way you're behaving. You need to change your action. You need to change what you do. You need to change how you live. You need to change that. But people say, oh, but you know what? I've got my family, I've got my friends. I'm not going to put in the work to change myself, but that's the work you need to do. I've got my family, I've got my friends, I've got my business, I've got my career, I've got my volunteering, I've got a car, I've got I've got a house. I take trips on holidays, you know. It goes back to what I've said. If you don't go for a spiritual change, help other people, then it doesn't necessarily matter how richer, prosperous, successful you become, because it all leads to a path of emptiness, nothingness, and you will still feel miserable. Now, this is where this is what's happened to a few people. Of course, they're very successful, and I'm look. I'll be honest in this video. I do appreciate people that are successful because I know people that have achieved success. For example, it's not an easy place to get to. It takes time, takes effort, takes action, takes work, takes commitment. Takes a lot to get there. So okay, good, fine for people who've got it. Fine. The question you have to ask yourself: are they living a life where they've spiritually changed? Are they living a life where, how can I word it in this video today? And I'm going to explain it in this video. Are they living a life where they're not thinking about themselves? Are they living a life where they've overcome their egos? Are they living a life where they've overcome the self? Are they living a life where they've overcome the egotism? Are they living a life where they're faithful, spiritual, helpful? Has their life changed in any way? Now, this is where the conversation gets interesting because people say, so you've just said so many things just there. Has their life changed in any way? And for the majority of billions of people, I'll put it to you this way: you've basically got two options, basically, right? And this is when things gets either complicated or spiritual, right? You can help other people give back, make a difference in people's lives, which is one choice. Or the second choice is you suffer, you go through pain, you go through adversity, you go through challenge after challenge, problem after problem, situation after situation. You're always miserable, you're always depressed, you're always unhappy, you're never happy or grateful, you're just suffering in your life, you haven't overcome anything, you don't achieve much, and you stay in your suffering. So, which one, viewers, do you want to choose? Do you want to stay in your suffering? Do you want to stay with your problems? Do you want to stay living like that? Do you want to stay behaving in that way? Do you want to stay constantly depressed, constantly miserable? Do you want to stay like that, or do you want to come out of that? Find a way. Find something that gives you meaning. Find something that gives you value. Find something where you can contribute. Find something where you can help other people. Find something where you can give back, make a difference, make a contribution, serve another person. Because there's only those two options, really. You're either suffering or you're not. You're either helping or you're not. You're either giving back or you're not. You're either contributing or you're not. So now the video gets simple. So what is spiritually helping other people? And now I've explained that. It's now time to get into it. Basically, viewers, you have to make a choice and decision within your life. And that's where it begins. Until you've made the choice and until you've made the decision to help other people in what they're going through, support people with what they need help with, do something to serve and give to another person. Until you've made that choice and decision, like I said so many times in the video already, you will never get the opportunity to spiritually help other people. Now, there's four ways of helping other people, which I've written books about. I'm not going to list the books, they're on Amazon, they're available. Just type in 4 levels of helping other people. There's 4 levels to it, right? So let's explain the 4 levels before we get into spiritually helping other people. There's 4 levels of helping other people. And as I'm aware of these 4 levels as a young person, and I know I'm young sharing this information, I'm very young, right? As I'm aware of these 4 levels and helping other people, giving back and making some sort of difference, as I'm aware of it, right? I've always said in my talks, my videos, my books, my music, my messages, the things that I've done for others in life, you have to learn all 4 levels. But it's not just necessarily learning all 4 levels. That's part of it. Yes, it's part of it, right? The question is, really, are you going to do all 4 levels of helping? So learning it is the start. Yes, it's a start to the journey, right? And everyone has to take that step. But are you going to do it? That's when it becomes a bit more special for those people that can. So let's explain it. The 4 levels of helping other people. So level 1, volunteering level in helping other people. You work as a volunteer. Level 2, careers and jobs and employment and helping other people. That's normally the next step. Level three, business opportunities and helping other people, which is always the third level. But this fourth level, now, this is the level of why I do all my content. This is the level of why I share like this. This is the level where I'm always giving back and making some sort of a difference. This is the level where I'm serving and contributing to so many people in my life. And this is the level that everybody has to get to, right? Everybody has to get to this level if you want to help others. Right? So the fourth level of helping other people is this: spiritually helping other people. And I actually call it the spiritual faith level and helping. Now, now we begin by sharing that. How do you get there? What's the technique? Isn't it? Because that's what everyone wants to know. Have you done this? Have you been able to do it? Have you been able to do it? I started my career when I was 24 and now I'm 36. That means I've had at least 10 years of doing my line of work, right? So when I say there's four levels of helping other people, there are four levels. Each one of these levels needs to be done within your life for you can say you've made a difference, contribution, you've served, impacted lives. You can't skip one level to the other level. You can't miss one level to the next level. You can't find a shortcut to one of the levels to the other levels. It doesn't work like that. It's a journey of helping other people. This is. It's a journey of it. The more you help, the more you serve, the more you give back, the bigger difference you make, the bigger contribution you make, and the more impact you have into others. That's what I'm saying in the video very carefully today. All four levels must be done in your life before you can say you made a difference and a contribution to others. So how do you do it is the question. There's no one that can tell you how to do it. It's true. No one can tell you how to do it. You have to discover that. When it gets to the point of level four and help, I don't want to talk about the other levels because I think I've explained it quite a lot of times on my YouTube videos and on my channel. I want to get the message of tonight clear. When it comes to spiritually helping other people, the fourth level, right? This is the level where I'll put it to you this way, and I hope it helps. You're not thinking about yourself. You don't, you're not, even down to daily things, you're not worried about anymore. You're not thinking about what career you do, what business you have, what volunteering you do. You're not thinking about, but this is my life and I'm getting successful and I'm getting richer and look at me, I'm big and successful. The ego dies. The ego passes away. The ego gets finished in your life when you've reached the fourth level of helping other people. The ego of it gets finished. It's finished. There's no such thing of saying I. There's no such thing as saying my family, my friends, my companion, my neighbors, me. I'm the successful one. This is my life. This is going on for me. Like I said, the ego dies. The ego passes away. The ego gets finished. You have no more self in you. Let me repeat that again. You have no more self in you. People don't get to that point in their life, which is understandable. People they've never learnt it at all in the whole life. Never learnt it. People just they this, when I say this is the challenge in life itself, to find people that have got to that level, is it's the challenge of life itself to find people that have got to that level. They don't worry about money. They don't worry about families. They don't worry about friends. They don't worry about cars. They don't worry about jobs or careers or volunteering. They don't worry about businesses. They don't worry about it. It's not a concern to them. They've passed the ego. They've passed the I. They've passed the self in their life. Spiritually helping other people is the spiritual contributions you do for others. Your life, your whole life, all parts of your life becomes a life of helping other people. This is what we call the spiritual life. This is what we call the faithful life. This is what we call having a life where it's not about you. I didn't say you won't support your families. I didn't say you won't support your friends. I didn't say you won't support your work or your job or your career. I didn't say you won't support your volunteering. I didn't say you won't support businesses and foundations, charity. I didn't say that. What I said is that when you've got to the point of the fourth level in helping other people, spiritual and faith level in helping other people, you are always contributing. You seem to be helping others in majority of your life. Every day you're making a difference. That comes to spiritual people. That's how a spiritual person will live their life. They want to help others. They give back, they contribute, they help another human being. They're not focused on them. Now, I'm not saying to not have a relationship. I'm not saying to not have a business. I'm not saying to not have a career. I'm not saying to not have a volunteering opportunity. I'm not saying to not have a faith or spiritual side to your life. Right? I'm not saying that. Have whatever you need in your life to do the fourth level in helping other people. Before, there was only three levels in helping other people until I discovered it, the fourth level. When you get to the fourth level, the spiritual faith level, and helping other people, you are making a massive contribution and your life is full of spirituality. You will achieve things. You will have things in life. You will become something in your life. You get what you want in your life. You're always spiritually fulfilled and happy. You're somehow joyful and making a difference. Your life is about helping others and giving back and contributing and serving and impacting another person and giving back to somebody else and making some sort of a difference and a contribution and not necessarily living for my money, my house, my car, my career, my business, my volunteering, my family, my friends, and my relationships. That is not the motivation of spiritually helping other people. That is not the motivation of giving back and making a difference. That is not the motivation of what people everywhere are doing in their life because they're focused on themselves. So I'm going to end the video shortly, but there's just two more things I want to discuss, and I will end the video shortly. I've been talking for the last 30 minutes now, I believe, so I will end the video shortly. Now, when you get to the point of doing all the four levels and helping other people, so volunteering, career, business, and spiritual faith and helping other people, you learn just by going on the journey that you've made the massive difference. What do spiritual people value the most? Is a question that I want to put into the video. What do spiritual people value the most? Do spiritual people value the most their accomplishments? I don't think so. Do spiritual people value the most their successes, their prosperity, and their failures? I don't think so. Do spiritual people value their life, them? I don't think so. Spiritual people value what difference they've made, what impact they've had, what how their life changed, how they've become who they wanted to be, how they're not struggling for money and are not going through suffering, how they have changed and become a spiritual human being. Spiritual people don't value materialistic things. Spiritual people don't value what relationship they're in. If you're very, very spiritual, spiritual people don't value friends, children, houses, cars, money, what they get out of their life. Spiritual people value the difference they've made, the contribution they've made, the impact they've had, and going through all four levels to help other people. Now, I should bring my faith to the video just at the end of the video, which is fine. Two scriptures again for this video today. Philippians 2.4 and John 3:16. So let's just bring it into the video for faith. This will go into spiritual levels, faith levels, and happen. Now, what does John 3:16 in King James Version say? God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. Whoever believes in Jesus Christ shall not perish and have eternal life. Philippians 2.4, what does it say in the King James Version of the Bible? Not looking into your own interests, but each of you to the interest of others. God, the creator of the universe, Jehovah is his name, brought Jesus Christ for us. So we don't suffer. We don't go through problems. We're free from that. We can live a life where we're destined to do what we're doing. We don't have to worry about billions of people going through suffering because we're not one of the billions of people that are going through suffering. We've changed, we've helped, we've contributed, served, and we've made a significant impact and a massive difference. When Jesus Christ was here, he was always helping other people. He was always giving back. He was making a difference from ministry, which is down to ministry faith terms. Always helping others, giving back, making a difference and a contribution. So if God can come in a human being and show humanity what to do, which was Jesus Christ was the Son of God, if you believe in Christianity faith, came from heaven to earth as a human being, God in the flesh, and helped humanity in what they were going through from the beginning of his ministry to the end of his ministry. That's what Jesus Christ was doing. Buddha's story is a bit similar to Jesus. Buddha was a human, which is another spiritual person, right? Buddha was living a life of luxury with his father in a palace, right? But Buddha gave all of that up. He changed his life. He wanted to find enlightenment, spirituality, and the truth of reality. So he gave up his privilege, gave up his palace to be a king, right? To have the ability to transform lives, help other people, and heal people from suffering. Jesus Christ and Buddha are very similar spiritual people in their own way. Jesus Christ obviously is God in the flesh, but Buddha is also a spiritual person. They were teaching us, they were showing us, they were helping us. Now, if you don't get to the fourth level of helping other people, like I've said in the video already, spirituality and faith, you can't do what Jesus Christ and what Buddha did for people. And these are the examples you need to really look at. Spiritual human beings. Jesus Christ and Buddha. They're spiritual. You have to understand that in your life, you're here to make a difference in some way. I'm not saying you have your skills or techniques of how to do it. Everyone's different. Everyone's unique. Everyone's an individual. But you should be making a difference in some part of your life. You should be helping others in some part of your life. You should be giving back in some part of your life. You should be making a contribution, which is the most important thing in life. People will suffer. People will suffer. But how do you help them? You help them by first changing yourself as a human being. I'm not going to share the ways of how you can change yourself. You'll have to discover that. I think if you want to really know what can help with changing yourself, read the Bible, which is always the first book to read. Learn from people within the Bible and the scriptures. Maybe go to church and read the Bible. Or read spiritual books. Books contain wisdom. Books contain knowledge. Books are always available, regardless of where you buy a book and where you get your books. Start reading. Start learning. Process the information. Read. Then, if you've read enough, learned enough, understood enough, you can become a spiritual person. Spiritual people are very different. They're very hard to find in society. I'm not saying that everyone can become one. If you're in suffering, then you probably can't become one. But if you overcome yourself, and I've got just two more things to share, then I will end after this. And there's these two things that I want people to be aware of. And I've shared what I need to share. It just took some time today, which it always does. I've shared what I needed to share. But these are the two things that spiritually helping other people will give you. Just two things. Know self. The words sound very simple, but know self. Selflessness. So know self. Selflessness are the two qualities of doing the four levels in helping other people. You can't get to the know self or selflessness without doing all four levels in helping other people, because there's people in the billions that need your help. There's people everywhere that need support. The world is going through suffering. Be one of the few people who help other people. Be one of the few people that go through the spiritual change. Be one of the few people that don't live a life for themselves. And be one of the few people that honor Jesus Christ and Buddha. Honor their work. I hope this video has helped. It's been a long video. I'm just going to end it now. Just remember, spiritually helping other people is how you make a difference into others. If you're spiritually helping other people, you will make a massive difference. If you make a massive difference, you will change spiritually. When you change spiritually, you're not focused on yourself. That's the one quality that spiritually helping other people does. The no self. There's no more self. You've you've changed enough in your life to not think about yourself. Selflessness. You're living a life where you're selfless. Honoring the people who have gone before you and helped so many people into millions and billions, which is Jesus Christ Buddha. Learn how to do the 4 levels in helping other people. Learn in some part of your life how to spiritually change. Learn in some part of your life how to give back and make a difference. And learn that life is about a contribution. Need to serve, give back, contribute, help others, serve people, and make a massive difference. Just one more thing. The people who get remembered are the spiritual people. The people who get remembered are the ones that are spiritually helping other people, giving back. They're not focused on their life, their money, their house, their car, their relationship. They're more spiritually helping others, giving back and making some sort of difference. Hope this video has helped. I've finished the message for this evening. And as always, thank you for watching the new videos of my YouTube channel. I hope this message will inspire somebody that wants to help others, give back. You definitely can make a difference and you can do it. Spiritually change, help other people. Watch it. Bye.